That is the most important thing I'm going to say this video. So, first thing we need to address, did Bleach actually fall in popularity? Well, our best indication of that is in its sales figures. If we look back at Bleach's yearly sales, we can see it topped 6 million units in 2009 before a pretty steep decline, bottoming out at around 2 million units in 2016. But yearly sales estimates can be misleading, so what do the volume sales say? We can see here that Bleach's volume sales peak at volume 37, selling 800,000 copies, before a similar decline kicks in, leaving its final volume sales at just over half that at 440,000 copies. There's still a little room for error here, so I want to look at how Bleach was performing compared to other massively popular series of this time. And we can see that in this data table, where you can see why they were called the Big Three. One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach selling dramatically more than any other manga, not just in Jump, but in the world. Before Bleach begins a pretty dramatic fall, disappearing from the top 10 in 2012, eventually landing at position 22 in 2016. It is impossible to take all these figures into account and credibly argue that Bleach didn't have a significant decline in popularity. But if that's the case, then what's the problem with that original video? And the problem is that this is a gross misrepresentation of that decline. And because I believed it, that combined with my own personal disappointment in Bleach, led to me making claims that were insubstantial at best and straight up misinformation at worst. But the much bigger problem is that I didn't correct those mistakes soon enough. So, to my audience, to the people who love Bleach, and hell, to Taite Kubo, each one of you deserve better than you got from me here, and I'm sorry. That is the most important thing I'm going to say this video.